Hey everybody, welcome back. Mike here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get through the HackTheBox Starting Point machine called Dancing. It's a pretty easy machine that will teach you a lot about enumerating SMB and anonymous access, so it should be a good one, but still, despite being easy, will be a good opportunity for you to learn some new tricks. All right, so here we are inside of HackTheBox. Now I've gone ahead and spun up an instance of Dancing, but I haven't logged into it. I haven't done anything with it yet. So all we have is this IP. So let's go ahead and click the IP to copy it to our clipboard. I'm gonna head over to Pwnbox. If you're VPN'd in, that's fine too. You would just go to your VM that you're running, for example, Kali or Parrot Linux or whatever the case is. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is run our scan. Now we're gonna do nmap-v for verbose. We'll do scripts, so that's SC, that'll run all the default scripts. Then we'll do -pn, that will assume that the host is alive. We're gonna assume it's alive. We don't need to have nmap ping it or anything. And then finally, we're gonna go ahead and throw that IP in there. So there's that IP. Let's go ahead and run that scan. Now we can see very quickly there are a few open ports here. That's pretty interesting. And it's now running the NSE. That is the scripts. That's this -sc. So this will take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna actually pause the video, and once this wraps up, as I was talking, it finished. Let's get back to it. All right, so we see here we have those ports open. We already knew that. Now where it shows host script results, that's that -sc again running those scripts. So that's perfect. We can see here that it does have SMB enabled right here. So one of my first things that I always think about is, what can I get to by default if there's no authentication or anything like that? So I always try this. So we have SMB enabled. Let's go ahead and let's use SMB client. And we're going to use this to try to list the shares on that share, on the target, on Dancing. So let's do SMB client. We'll do -l to list, and then we'll specify the IP address, and we'll run that. Now we see here it does ask for a password for my user. That is because I didn't specify a password here. So that's the first thing to be aware of, that we are technically presenting our own username, which is probably not ideal. So I'm going to Control-C out of that, and I just want to show you how to fix that. All we got to do is do a -u, and then we can go ahead and specify, I'll just say test user, and hit enter. We see here now it shows workgroups /test user. Now let's try to get to this. Let's list these shares without authenticating. So I'm not going to put a password. We'll just hit enter. And there we have it. We can see that there's a couple of shares. Now these are all the default shares, but this one is definitely not default. So work shares is here. So that's interesting. So the next step is to try to list those shares and see if we can get anything useful out of them. To list the shares, or to get into the shares rather, and see what they've got inside of there, what files they have there, we can also use SMB client again. So we can do SMB client // we'll specify our IP // then we specify the share name, in this case work shares, and that is case sensitive, by the way. So work shares, let's hit enter. Now again, it's asking us for credentials for our username because I didn't specify a username here. So right here, I should have put it right here, but I didn't. But that's okay. It looks like it has anonymous access enabled, so it's not going to matter what username we specify anyway. All right, so I hit enter there, and we get this prompt for SMB, which looks very promising. Let's do an ls. All right, so we see we have a couple of directories here. We have amy.j and james.p. Let's go ahead and change directory into amy.j, and we'll do an ls there. We have work notes. So to download a file within SMB, all you have to do, and by the way, this is the same with FTP as well, you can just type get, then the file name. So we'll do worknotes.txt, hit enter. We can see getting file size 94 is worknotes.txt. It transferred successfully. Let's go back to the next level up. So we'll do cd ... And again, we can do an ls here to see where we're at. Now let's check out this James folder as well. So at this point, we're just trying to gather useful information. So we'll cd into james.p, do an ls, and we see we have a flag. So this looks like this is our goal. So let's get flag.txt, And now at this point, if we want to see those files, we can exit out. And if we do an ls, we do see that we have downloaded flag.txt and work notes right here. Now, in the spirit of helping you to learn, I don't want to display the flag here, but I assure you it is the correct flag and we are done with this box. So that's all I got for you in this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoy the journey. We're going to continue going through all of these starting point boxes. They are going to get harder, I assure you, and we're going to have our work cut out for us. So that said, I'll see you in the next video.